Okay, here is my rant for today. Did you press record?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with my rant, right? We were doing some research into child conduct disorders, and we came across this child behavior checklist. And ignore the writing on the back. Jonathan's always scribbling on the back of my paper. When I read this, it clarified so quickly for me one of the biggest problems with how we treat children in today's society, and why so many people think there's something wrong with their child when they're actually just a normal child. I'm not saying they're not challenging, I'm not saying they're not driving you crazy, and that there isn't more we can do to help them, but the idea that this checklist indicates that something's wrong with your child, abnormal, and something that needs to be medicated and fixed drives me up the wall. I'm just going to pick a few out.
And if I can say, we've taken childhood behavior and substituted the word behavior with symptoms.
Yeah.
So now it's not behavior, it's childhood symptoms.
Yeah, right? We've completely pathologized normal childhood behavior. Mm-hmm. That would be the crux of it. So think of this. I read this and even I do half of this. Careless mistakes. I knocked over a glass the other day and broke it. Poor attention span. Who doesn't have that sometimes? Doesn't listen. Doesn't finish tasks. Problems organizing. Oh my God, my brilliant 10-and-a-half-year-old daughter, if she's focused on something, she doesn't hear a word you're saying. It's like with the Charlie Brown parents. She can't hear anything. Does she have ADHD? No. Is she creative and brilliant? Is she focused? Yes. Avoids tasks requiring concentration.
Hang on, I just want to say, who doesn't avoid tasks that they don't like?
Yeah, we all
honestly.
do. It's called procrastination. We all do it. Trouble remembering or forgetful. I walk around every day. Have you seen my sunglasses? Where did I put my keys? I mean, these are
Wait,
just...
what was the thing that you always forget the other day
Where I put my phone down?
Yeah, where you put your phone down. No, but also turning the tap on. So we have a cat. Meredith likes to turn the tap on because the cat likes to drink running water.
Dolores likes it.
And she just forgets to turn the water on. I come back a half an hour later, and we live on a well system with a water tank. So it's like we're running out of water. We're killing our water because Meredith forgets to turn the tap off.
But Dolores likes running water.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, so forgetful. On the go seems driven. How is that a problem? Wouldn't you see that as a strength and a wonderful quality in your kid? Runs, climbs excessively, /restless. It's called being a child. I've never seen a child that likes to sit perfectly still in a classroom for 6 hours being told what to think and what to do.
And my favorite is that they sit under fluorescent lights. So we've got two choices in the world. We can put our kids under sunlight or we can put them under fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
Now that said though, because this list does get pretty long.
I'm sorry, yes. Every single one though. Okay, one more.
Yeah, one more.
Talks all the time. Have you met our younger daughter? Like Aria can give you a monologue for an hour. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with her. It's just, anyway, we could go through everyone. Maybe another video. I'll go into the next one. That was just attention. Yeah. There's mood, there's anxiety, worry, there's oppositional behaviors, there's conduct. Pretty much almost all of them, except for a few on here that I'm like, okay, yes, physically cruel to people. You know, there's a few things that you're like, okay, I give you that. But I'd say 3/4 of the elements on here are normal childhood behavior. It's just how kids are.
But we got to give people something. So really, if you're going to the child behavioral checklist and you're trying to understand, what is driving your child's behavior, their mood, their conduct, and maybe you're getting pressure from teachers, you're getting pressure from doctors. People are saying, there's something wrong with your kid. Chances are you're worried because you're seeing symptoms or you're seeing behavior that's starting to trigger these second thoughts, doubts about your child. Well, we're here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with symptomology. Symptomology is just a sign that there could be something behind it, and most likely there is something behind it. And this is how we work differently. So we don't just look at, and this is really how we view children. We don't just see them in isolation. You have to look at children as part of a larger social context. So they're part of a family, they're part of a sibling dynamic, they're part of a parent-child dynamic. We call these families subsystems. So a child will find themselves in a social subsystem at any given point in the day, whether that's in the school, so they're with their peer subsystem, whether they're with their peer teacher, the student-teacher subsystem. The idea is that we look at how the child functions within the subsystem, within the social context, But if there needs to be changes made to make sure that that child thrives in that particular context, that is our job as parents. That is what we teach in our program. That's what we teach here on social media. It's about helping your child understand their role in the social context or the system that they find themselves in so that they can better thrive in that system. Now, there's going to be a bell curve where you have the whole group in the middle that everyone considers normal, then you have the kids on the far right, and you have the kids on the far left. Well, we don't want to pathologize these young, beautiful beings. What we want to do is we want to help them thrive with their skills, their strengths, their individual attributes within whatever system that they find themselves in.
Every child is brilliant and beautiful, and some of them just layer on a little bit more of these challenging behaviors that can make that harder to see, but it's in there in every single one of them. And it's just so sad how often it gets buried and pathologized and they're made to feel bad about who they are, and then you as a parent are made to feel bad about how your kid is acting.
So what do you want to, sorry?
We're here to tell you that what do I want to say? We're here to tell you that you can overcome this and you can help your child be loved for who they are and
thrive.
And thrive.
And thrive, essentially.
Yeah, like live in the world as who they are rather than having to change themselves in order to fit into the world.
So like, long story short, what do you want to do with the child behavioral checklist?
It's out the window, and you just go back to what do you know about your child and where do you see their brilliance, and we're going to start from there.
Awesome.